Hello all and welcome to Crochet Designs. My name is Mary and in today's tutorial we are working on this gorgeous little flower that you see right here. I like to call this flower number 1 because it is one of many different designs that you will see all over the world. This is one of them, okay? It is actually sitting on our mobile phone stand. Let me put our mobile phone right there. And hello, you can see me in the reflection there. That's our mobile phone stand. If you would like to make this stand, I've left a link, the very first link you see in the description box down below. I've left a link of this particular tutorial. But in the meantime, we're working on this gorgeous flower color combination chosen by one of our lovely subscribers, Raeleen. Thank you, Raeleen. Now, Raeleen chose these colors on our live. What happens on our live on Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. Melbourne, Australia time. I lay out some yarn like that. I can't bring this out any smaller, sorry. Lay out some yarn like that and I say, right, choose some colors. And Raeleen chose this dark pink and the light pink as well. I wasn't really sure how this was going to go, but it looks gorgeous. I love it. Thank you, Raeleen, for your color combination. We have a thing during Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. We have a thing called Live Antics. And in those live antics, we have a lot of silliness happening. But also one subscriber on our live gets an opportunity to choose the color combination. So a very special thank you to Raeleen. The yarn itself is an Aran weight. It is 100% acrylic. Yes, and it calls for a, let's get a little close up. Let's move this little guy away for a minute. A 5mm hook, and we are using the 5mm hook. And there's a couple other color combinations. I did the light pink to the dark pink as well. Oh, upside down as well. You will need one stitch marker. I've got a handful here for other projects, but you'll need just one. You'll need your sewing needle. All right. So I'm not going to talk anymore, guys. I'm going to let you get started creating your gorgeous flower. I like to call flower number 1. Good luck all. Alrighty, guys. We're going to start off by making a magic circle, magic ring, magic loop. Just grabbing the tail end, dropping it in front of your fingers there. But what I want you to do is grab a long tail end because you're going to use this one to sew onto whatever it is you want to sew it onto. Otherwise, you're just going to use that to weave it in at the end later as well. All right. So leaving yourself a nice long tail, grabbing your working end, wrap it around your fingers, forming an X. And let me show you that X. I just separated the fingers so you can see the X. Grabbing your hook, we're using the 5mm, yep. Pop it under the front loop, grab the back loop and bring it forward. What you have is the one, and over here 2. You need to kind of like grab everything like so. Yeah, a little bit tricky. Passing it back into the other hand, chain 1, and in that center, you're going to single crochet over these 2 threads here. So pop your hook in, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Just giving your tail a gentle tug, not too much. We need enough room for more single crochets to go into. So just a gentle tug. So leave yourself, I don't know, a finger worth, yep. And also grabbing your stitch marker. All right, you need to pop your stitch marker in the very first single crochet that you did. And that is those 2 loops, top 2 loops that you see right there. Pop your stitch marker there, being gentle because you don't want to take anything undone. Yeah. Now you're going to do another 11 single crochets in that center. So 1, pull up your loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's altogether 2 single crochets, right? You actually need altogether 12. So do a third one, 4, 5, 6, all right, 7, let's go a little faster, give that, gentle tug, it's too much, but anyway, 8, we're doing well, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, I'm just going to grab a needle so I can show you the stitches. Your stitches are these little tiny V's you see right here. All right, you need to count those V's and make sure you have 12. All right, when you're happy with your 12, before you continue, you need to get that little tail, the long tail we had, right there, and give it a tug and close, not like that, but close up your circle, and that's magic. It's not really magic, you know, but close up your circle like so, okay? Or your center, if you will. Then you are slip stitching. Hello, we're so far away. Then you are slip stitching by popping your hook in the stitch, pull a loop through, and pull it through to the loop on your hook. Take out that stitch marker. Yeah. All right. So you have closed up your circle. Yeah. Chain one, pull up that loop. Chain one or pull up a loop, whatever you want to call it. Give it a cut. That is the end of this color. That's all you're using for this color. Grabbing your light pink. And we're going to start in any area, right? I'm just going to start opposite from the tail I worked with, only because I just don't like working, you know, more than 3 or 4 ends in the same area. That's all. No particular reason. So pop your hook in the top 2 loops of any one of those V's, yeah? Or stitches, if you will. Grabbing your light color or whatever color you're using, pull the loop through, and just getting that tail, oops, I'm trying to bring it out for you, just getting a tail in, passing it forward. That's just going to lock it into place when we do our chain one and our group of clusters over it, okay? So chain one, in that same stitch that you are in, you are going to put a single crochet, and we're crocheting over this tail, all right? So pop your hook in the stitch, pull a loop through, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Holding everything here, you need to grab that stitch marker and pop it in. Okay, it's going to get fairly tight this round. Okay, but get excited, guys, because this is the last round. What? Seriously. All right, so we're going to do a half double crochet in the same stitch, and that's the stitch that we are in, right? Yarn over your hook, in the stitch, pull a loop through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. We're going to do a double crochet in the same stitch. Yarn over your hook, in the stitch, pull a loop through. I'm still crocheting over the tail, yeah. 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through just 2. 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the last 2. All right, now we're going to put a half double in the same stitch. Yarn over your hook, in the stitch, pull a loop through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. 1 last stitch goes in there, and that's a single crochet. All right, in the stitch, pull a loop through, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both those loops. Grab your tail and just popping it at the back now. All right, in the next stitch, we're doing a single crochet, but you need to make sure you don't skip it, or you'll be 1 stitch short at the end. So move your little guys out the way, pop your hook in that next stitch, and do a normal single crochet. And that's it for that stitch. Then we're going to go into the next stitch with all of this again. All right, so single crochet into your very next stitch, pull a loop through, yarn over, pull through 2. Half double, yarn over, into the stitch, pull a loop through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Double, in the stitch, pull a loop through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Half double, in the stitch, pull a loop through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and a single, all in the same stitch. All right, that's actually the repeat in the round. Making sure, see how I move this over? Making sure I move over so I can get into the very next stitch with a single crochet. You're separating your sets with a single crochet. All right, so what we're going to do is do another set in the very next stitch. Single, half double, double, half double, and single. Super. duper easy. Now we're going to be popping a single in that very next stitch right there, and that's before your slip stitch, yeah? But I'm going to pop the hook in, grabbing that tail. If you've already crocheted over it, don't worry about it, or left it, doesn't matter. I'm going to pop it at the back, just holding it in my fingers, and do the single crochet, like so. So the next single crochet will actually, the next set I should say, will actually be in the stitch with the slip stitched area. So it might be a little overcrowded, but we can do it, yeah? So right in that stitch where your knot is, you're doing a single, half double, double, half double. Whoops, that wasn't supposed to happen. Hello. That just flicked out of my hand then. Excuse me. Single, all in the same stitch. It's all over the place there. All right, in the very next stitch you see, which is right there, single. So now in the very next stitch right there, and I'll show you closer in a minute, we're doing a set. So there's the stitch right there. Single, half double, double, half double, and single, all in the same stitch. Guess what? Single in your next, which is right there. And then your cluster set in your next, and you should actually have 2 stitches left here. So cluster set in there and then single in there. So do your cluster, which is single, half double, double, half double, single, and split the stitch, single, and then you're doing a final single right in the very next stitch, which is there. What you're going to do here is slip stitch into the stitch with your stitch marker. Pull a loop through and pull it through to the loop on your hook. Take out your stitch marker for a minute. Pull up a loop and give it a cut right there. What you have is that. Still doesn't look like the one on the piece, yeah? But it will in a minute. What I want you to do is grab your sewing, darning, weaving needle, and we're going to start off by weaving in the top end, wherever that is. I just had it in my hand. Hello, here it is. She's all over the place. Thread your needle, like so. All right, this is the right side of our work. We're going to grab our tail and pop it down the back, all right? So this is where the knot was. All I want you to do is to grab a loop anywhere down the back. Not that much there. How's that? Perfect. And just pull your tail back a bit and it'll just pull it down a bit so you don't see the knot, yeah? All right, and then all you're doing is finding a set, like a little cluster set that you can weave your thread into. So I'm going to go through here. It's a little bit tight and through this cluster set right here. But before you do, check the front so you don't see that little needle. This is way too close. All right, so straight through that cluster set, pull it through. Being careful not to pull too tight. Remember, that is your top stitch, yeah? Then you're going to go back, if you can see what I'm doing, in the opposite direction through different threads. Still through the cluster set, but through, I split the yarn a little bit in there, yeah? Make sure you can't see the needle. It's all very tight now, isn't it? And just pull that through a little bit. I'm going to go one more time because you know me, I'm a little bit fussy. If you don't know me, guys, my name is Mary. This is Crochet Designs, and we crochet just about anything. So Keep watching our channel, guys. Lots of fun stuff coming up in the next few months. We are going to cut that thread right there. Just give it a tug, and there you go. All right, and real quickly, so fast, we're going to grab the other light pink yarn, yeah? And we're just going to quickly, and I say quickly, doesn't need to be done too much because we've crocheted over it. We're just going to weave in one way, yeah? Just make sure you've split a little bit of that first stitch, otherwise you're going to unravel what we crocheted over earlier, yeah? So all you're doing is pulling that back. Guess what? One more time. And that's it for this. Notice how I've gone in different stitches, but I feel that's a bit thick. I thought you could see the needle, but you can't, so that's great. Pull that little thread through and you're done with that thread as well. All right, we're going to leave the center last, and I'll talk about that in a minute. We're going to do the other pink real quickly. So splitting a little bit of thread, and that's what I'm doing right there, making sure you can't see the needle, yeah, and pull that through there. And I'm going to actually go right into this little cluster set right here, making sure I can't see the needle, super easy. Pull that through like so, and guess what, one more time. Okay, super easy, yeah. It's a little bit thick, you know, it's going to happen. It's part of it all, really, isn't it? That's crochet for you, yeah? All right, we are using a thicker yarn for this particular project, which is okay because you can use anything you like. Preferably cotton is really good for making flowers. But then you know what? I've used acrylic. I've even used wool, all right? Now we're going to give that center piece a little bit of a tug. So if you didn't want to attach yours, just give it a good tug. Just keep weaving this in 3 times. You go around once and around a second time. It's already been crocheted through once, yeah? But if you're going to be anything like us and you want to attach it to something, my suggestion would be to go through a few of the stitches, just a few there first. When you do this, it tightens that whole center up like that, and you don't see too much of it. All right, so you're going to keep going though, because you want to make sure that center is completely tightened up, yeah? And it's really, really thick here, it's super thick. And of course, yours truly is using the wrong needle. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? There are 2 types of needles. This is actually a blunt one. It's not really good for weaving in ends. See, I can do that and not hurt, right? You need a pointy one for weaving in ends. She says as she doesn't have one. Well, I do. It's somewhere. It's like anything. It's somewhere else. Not in the same room. Right, what I'm doing here is I will, just for one stitch, go back in the direction that we just came from. Just 1 or 2 stitches. Just to make sure that closes up the center really well. And I'm struggling, but there you go. All right, now if you're anything like us and you would like to attach it to something like that. How gorgeous is that? Now, if you're wanting to make this little guy right here, this is our mobile stand. You can pop your mobile there. If you want to make one of these, we actually have this in the very first link you see in the description box down below, and you can create that. But for us, we're going to actually attach, see the same one we've got there? We're going to attach this on the other side. Now, the thing with this is, the first one I did, I had a really small thread, so I struggled to attach. But this one here should be relatively easy. Do you want to make it exactly the same and not, you know, be it too over fussy? That's fine. I'm just going to do that. Turn around. Yep, like that. Lean it forward. Pull that down a bit and find a stitch. Any stitch in your piece. Right, all I did was go through a stitch. There's no right or wrong way of doing that. Oh, sorry about my big fingers there. Oh, hello. Excuse me. It still didn't work. Hello, that's better. Just can't get it right. All right, so you just pull it through there, and then you slowly go around your piece. Yep. So now you've got it through the pink, through your piece. You want to go back into the pink. And I would go anywhere into the pink. There's no right or wrong way of doing this part. And it doesn't matter because I did exactly the same with the other piece and you can't tell where the pink ends and where it starts. So that's good. So just keep going around. You've done that. Now you're going to find a stitch somewhere here and you're going to pop it in there. I'm trying so my hand doesn't go in front of the camera, but I do apologise, guys. It's no other way I can do this. So you're going into another set of pink stitches. Once again, anywhere you like. Anywhere. No right or wrong way of doing this. There's the big hand again. I'm sorry, guys. It's really difficult to do this without bringing my hand in front. All right, and you're going to, one more time, go into some purple or whatever colour yours is. Oh, I'm in the wrong frame. There we go. How's that? I didn't do anything, guys. I'm struggling to get my sewing needle in there. Hello. I really am struggling. It's because I've got the wrong needle. Don't get upset, Mary. Don't get upset, they're saying. Don't cry. All right, so here we go. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. All right, so once again, into some pink thread there. If you want to see how it's going, have a look. If you're not happy with it, just keep going. All right, which is true. I'm not really happy. Some of it is not on properly, so I'm just going to keep going. That one there, where did I go through? The pink, yep. So now I'm going to go into the purple. Now I'm back to where I started from, yeah. But first I'll go through some of this purple and have a look and see how good this is. No, I'm still not happy. I'm going to do one more pink. Again, you don't have to. This is me being fussy. You can stop now and start weaving that end in, which I'll show you in one moment. Once I'm done here, I think this is it. Oh yeah, this is it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yep. So I'm going to now just grab my thread and pass it through one of the purple stitches here. Yeah. Even though it looks like I'm doing it again, I'm not. Well, I am. Weave a little bit into, oh, wrong way. Weave a little bit into your pink. Just a little, not too much. You're going to form a little knot here. Don't pull it all the way through. Yeah, just pop your needle into that little pink there, and that's only going to knot it and pop it into a knot. It's not going to do anything to it. It's just going to put it into a knot. Then what you're going to do is just grab your needle and pass it through some of the purple. One way. Yep. Some of your purple. And you're going through some of the stuffing on the inside as well. There. One more time. Except this time, go into as close to the middle as you can. Yep. Pull that loop through. Give it a cut. That's it. Right there. If you were to tug on that, usually that would hide. So just give it a tug and your pink thread should hide. And you've got one, oh my fluff's gone all funny, one on one side, ta-da, and one on the other, ta-da, ta-da, yay, 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 yay. And there you go. She's all over the place. All right, that's the one we just sewed on right now. That's the one I sewed on there, which is all squashed because I've been playing with it. But there you go. How gorgeous does that look? Now, over the next few weeks or a month or so, you're going to see other embellishments. But I do want to make a very special thank you today to the lovely Raeleen for her colour combination during our Live Antics on Saturday morning. Now, if you want to be a part of Live Antics and help choose the very next colour for our very next tutorial coming up here on Wow Crochet Designs, then please join us on our lives at 10 a.m. Saturday mornings, Melbourne, Australia time, that is. And we have a lot of fun on those lives. We have another thing called Dictate and Create, which is a lot of fun, where we get to tell you what to make over the live, and you get to create something whilst we are on our live without knowing what it is. Oh, very exciting. But in the meantime, thank you very much, Raeleen, for your colour combination for today. And all I want to say right now is how gorgeous does our flower look. Ciao for now.